Things I learned this week. Yeah. This is happening. Amanda Seals here with another episode of Things I Learned This Week, or as I like to call it, TIL This Week. Your source from my point of view on everything news, pop culture, and whatever the hell I feel like talking about. Let's get into it. This week I learned that Ariel Castro was not only a monster, but a coward. Now, if you don't remember, earlier this year, Ariel Castro was discovered to have kidnapped 3 women and was housing them against their will in his home for 10 years. The man who discovered them was this guy, Charles Ramsey. Man, I was just eating my McDonald's. You know, I'm not eating my McDonald's. Not here. I heard some noise. I go over there. I'm kicking the door. Little white girl come out. And you know, when a little white girl jump into the arms of a black man, that's a dead giveaway. That's a dead giveaway. Let you know something real terrible happening in their house. Something real terrible happening. They ain't coming for me. Which I must say, in a horrific tale, he was a light of comedic awesomeness, and he was a hero. Of course, as recently was reported that he's now like homeless and struggling, but then he came back to say, man, I am not homeless. I'm doing my thing. Y'all need to chill. Dead giveaway. So hopefully that is not the case. We'll let you, Charles. But back to the story at hand. Ariel Castro, this horrible man who was actually sentenced to life in prison and 1,000 years, I didn't even know they make sentences like that, killed himself in his cell. And you know what? He didn't deserve that. He actually deserved to live out and rot out and be tortured by his own conscience for the horrific acts that he did against these women. You really didn't deserve that easy of an out. This week, I learned that Lamar Odom has finally decided to go to rehab for drug and alcohol abuse. Now, it's been very widely reported that him and Khloe Kardashian's marriage has been on the rocks because he's been smoking rocks. See what I did there? But he has been very, adverse to the idea of going to rehab. I don't know, maybe he's embarrassed or he just wasn't ready. But it seems that he has decided to really, push forward and start getting back on the track to wellness. However, I do have a question. How are you, a big-time basketball player making all this money and hooked up with the Kardashians, and you smoking crack? How does that happen? Well, I'll tell you what I do know. I do know that it seems like every hood has a crackhead, including Beverly Hills. Unfortunately, shortly after shooting this episode, Lamar Odom left rehab. So, there that go.
That's what she said.
This week in That's What She Said, a 64-year-old woman named Diana Nyad successfully swam from Cuba to Key West. Now, she tried in 1978, didn't make it, and then she tried again in her 60s, and there was jellyfish stings and then exhaustion, but this time, she did it, y'all. She decided to swim from Cuba to Key West and is now the only person in the world to ever do it. Bananas! Here's what she had to say. I have 3 messages. 1 is we should never ever give up. 2 is you are never too old to chase your dream. And 3 is it looks like a solitary sport, but it takes a team. Cuban refugees are on boats and can't make this trek, and she did it just swimming. So you know what, Mom? I'm really proud that at 66 you can text, but I think Diana showed you up. This week in music news, I learned that Dom Kennedy is back, y'all, with another project. His new LP drops October 1st. He just put out the video for the new single, which is called South Central Love, directed by Brandon Lee Stratton. Let's check out a little glimpse.
That's what I'm missing. I don't want to be alone for another Christmas. I tried the mall. I've tried the club. I had the model. I tried the drugs. South Central Love. South Central Love. I eat at her.
I like this! You know what I really like about Dom? He does do chick records, but they never feel like they are less dope than his homie records. So, he really believes in equal opportunity dopeness with his music. I've been a big fan of Dom from the West with Loves Part 1 and 2. Locals Only is my joint. It Was Beautiful is my joint. And so I'm glad to see that he is back and still going and giving me another MC to say something positive about, because these days there is so much redonkulous mediocrity, I can't even contain myself. Somebody had the nerve to tell me to listen to A$AP Ferg, and I had to hear this.
Short nigga, but my dick tall. What I told your bitch, dog.
Why? The hip-hop gods are crying. And now a moment of fineness. Hey there, James Blake. We know you retired from professional tennis this week, but one thing you'll never retire from is fineness. You'll always be an ace on our court. A moment of fineness. That was nice, wasn't it? Well, y'all, thanks for another great episode. You know what to do. Follow us all week at TILThisweek.com, because we're posting on the blog all week. Different stuff. The Amanda rants, You Tell Me, stories, etc. Anything that I can think of that I want to talk about, I'm putting it on the blog. So check it out. Also, of course, we are here every Monday morning with a new post of TIL This Week, the show. Okay, now for more business, I am DJing Angela Simmons' fashion show for this fashion week. So I want to shout out Angela Simmons because the fabulousness is on 10,000. Been having a great time behind the ones and twos this fashion week. Also big up to Jones Magazine. If you missed my show, It's Complicated, an interactive comedy show about relationships, you have a chance to see it again this Thursday, September 12th at The Stand. Go to the website right here for your tickets, NYC. Last but not least, we want to make this show a success. We want the world to know about TIL This Week. Y'all been begging me to come back talking about news and pop culture and music. Well, I'm back for you, and we want to spread the word. So we need your help. If you would like to join our social media squad, just hit up this email right here, divaworksinc@gmail.com, to find out more information on how you can help bring TIL This Week to the world and make this pop off. Before we go, you know we got to give you a hashtag. What do you think this picture should be hashtagged as? Leave it in the comments. I'm Amanda Seals. See y'all next week.